Going, my friends, I've worn the Pegasus TRAIL Gore-Tex 2, 3, 4, and now we're on number 5. Let's go. The Nike Peg Trail 5 Gore-Tex is back. It's been out for a while. I've had these since Christmas, so I'm not going to waste your time. Let's go ahead and check out what's new. And we'll start with the upper. They minimalized it. I don't think that's a real word, but it's simpler than previous generations, and that does save weight. But at some point, it's going to start looking like their knockdown models. Surprisingly, these are lighter than the regular non-Gore-Tex Peg Trail 5, coming in at 9.9 ounces or 281 grams for a US men's size 9, while the regular one is 10.9 ounces or 286 grams. There is no padding on this upper besides the heel counter, which is less bulky and structured as previous models. Now for me, this upper is very constrictive on the top of my foot, even with the laces loosened up or all the way out. They are painful and uncomfortable to wear, and I've never had this happen with a Pegasus before, which makes me wonder if these are defective. I don't really know. The way the tongue is gusseted looks correct, but since there's no give to the materials, it's extremely tight. It's killing the top of my foot. So I decided to cut the tops of the tongue so I could even wear these. And they're still tight in that area, but much more wearable now and no more pain. I honestly couldn't tell if I was cutting stitches or glue. I don't know, seems to be heat welded at the top, but I only cut through the first weld or stitches on both sides and tried to be careful. I think the Gore-Tex Invisa Fit shield or whatever is right there on the inside, so you got to be careful not to cut that. It's right below it if you want to cut those top two seams, but I wouldn't even do it. The tongue does offer some padding, but it's on the thinner side. It's not a thick girl. I guess the only other things I'll say about this upper is that they put these strange patches on the sides of the shoes, and it just looks kind of whack. They're like thin patches made of fabric, rubbery, plastic type whatever, glued and fused on, heat welded on. I'm not a fan. Also, if you're not aware, there's almost no breathability on these Gore-Tex uppers, so in warmer weather, it can get pretty sweaty down there. Just a warning. The ankle gaiter does work well for keeping dirt and debris out, and obligatory but appreciated heel tab around back. Now, the midsole has been updated on the Pegasus Trail 5 to React X, which is more environmentally friendly, but also a little more plush and bouncy. It does feel good to run or walk in, and I think it's a good update. This new midsole does favor midfoot strikers, and the thickest part of the midsole being the midfoot at 37 millimeters, according to Nike, with the heel being 32.1 and forefoot 23.8, according to runrepeat.com. Nike says it has a 9.5 millimeter drop. Run Repeat says it has 8.3, but I think most people don't care, or they already know what they're getting or want already. The outsole is still a Nike compound and hasn't received the Vibram upgrade like the Zagama 2. It's okay, it's just mid. I wouldn't trust it on technical terrain. So in theory, without the tightness at the top of the foot and the pain that I'm feeling, these would be good for walking, some light road to trail running, maybe some hiking thrown in the mix. And yes, they do keep your feet dry. If you don't need dry feet, go buy the regular ones. You'll save the money and you probably won't have that restriction on the top of your foot. To sum this up, super comfy midsole, minimal waterproof upper, but way too tight on the top of the foot. Obviously you guys saw I had to cut it, and I wouldn't recommend buying these at all. If you're gonna have to cut them up, it's just too much money to spend on a shoe to be slicing them up like that. And if you really do want these, they're in every sports store, so please go try them on, see what I'm talking about. Unless mine are defective, I really don't know. Hope you all enjoyed this review. Let me know if any of you have this one and if you've had the same issue. Thanks for watching. Peace.